I don't know. It's Maxace, which just instantly gets my attention when it says Maxace. You know, just like NOC knives, Maxace knives, and Reich knives or Keto now, the Keto USA stuff, the Keto knives. Um, they just get my attention because I want to know what it is, what's going on. And this one is the Maxace XI, I guess. It's a Roman numeral X1, you know. MO2A alpha, it's CPM S110V. And this is the one with a carbon fiber. I mean, I think it would have been nice if they'd have just done Mokutai for the whole insert instead of like carbon fiber with a Mokutai little inlay in the middle. I don't know if this looks kind of just odd, maybe a bit out of place. If it would have been better just to do a whole Mokutai thing. And then it would have been interesting to do a Mokutai inlay on the blade too. But I think we're talking about a lot more work if we're going to do that. So it is what it is, but I do appreciate the Mokutai stuff. And of course, they didn't do it on the clip or the backspacer, which is kind of a little odd as well, right? Because a lot of times you see a Mokutai kit, and the Mokutai kit is backspacer plus pocket clip, right? So maybe if they would have just skipped the inlay, gone total carbon fiber here, and then done a Mokutai this and this, and maybe pivot surround, right? So there was a lot of different things. I don't know if I would have done what they did with this particularly, the way they did it, because I think I'd have left this all carbon fiber, done Mokutai, Mokutai, and Mokutai surrounds, and left it at that. But okay, there was a lot of different options they could have done there. But this is a crazy knife. Hold on, let me get a piece of paper because first things first, right? I mean, it looks like the blade might do well to be able to slice. Oh yeah, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, it does do well to slice. Okay, that's crazy, isn't it? And I was going to show you this. Hold on. Okay, so I got it from White Mountain Knives, right? I didn't get it off the Maxace site. But, you know, in that same breath, you go, well, but LTK is the discount code I offer, right? And it's a 10% off. Okay, well, actually, White Mountain Knives offers 10% off if you use LTK as a discount code. So it would have been $52, almost $53 off. Okay, now you're in the fours at least with this. I mean, they ain't giving them away. But then again, there's a lot of knives out there that are OEM'd by various and sundry individuals in the USA that are OEM by Riyadh or whoever. And with Mokutai and stuff, they're getting close to $600. So this is not that unusual. But take a look at these stats. 8.66 overall length, 3.74 blade, and multi-row bearings. Okay. Does that look like 8.6 and 3.74? Does that? Does it? Because that doesn't look like it to me. Let's take a look. It looks like 4.5 inches. Where's 8 point? I mean, if you look at 8 point, that's about the end of that little hump on top of the blade right there, is 3 3/4. Holy cannolis, Batman. That's 4.5 inches. 8.6 overall. It's almost 10 inches long. Am I looking at the wrong knife? I mean, is this the XL version? No, it's the knife, but they don't have the dimensions right. I was going to email Justin on that and say, I think because you know, you don't want somebody buying this knife if they think it's 8.5 inches overall length and then it's almost 10 inches. Okay. So, dog, there's your pocket clip, which sitting on top of a Damascus inlay is a little disappointing. I mean, it'd be really nice if it was flipped. This is all carbon fiber, like I was saying before, and this being Damascus. Don't you think? Okay, it was just a little strange. Now, I understand why they want to do the carbon fiber there and they want to make this seamless insert into the blade. I like this. I like when they do carbon fiber insert into the blade. I think it's way cool, especially when you're talking about a knife that ain't going to be a carry around user beater. Okay, it's going to be one that you'll probably put in your display case and or proud carry, that kind of thing. Now, let's see if we can't keep from chopping digits off. And this is interesting here, okay? And we'll talk about this in a little bit, but I'll talk about wave action right out of your pocket, right? Because it's gonna wave when you pull it out of your pocket, or you can use your middle finger and kick it like that, okay? And I'm not fast enough to get out of the way of this blade, but there you go. But yeah, you could do that. CPMS 110V. Big long area of not being sharpened here. So, I mean, my God, look at the extra room you got back here. But it's a big knife. It's a big knife. And it's sharp. And it's interesting. And it's got a little bit of that Persian allure to it, kind of a trailing edge looking thing, you know, okay? And so, okay, it's a big dog. It's got like a wave opener and all that kind of thing. But this wave opener, as you see this, can be changed out. And we will do that in the disassembly. We will change this out because they give you another option in the box, in all the parts they give you in the box, okay? So let's look inside. Okay, nothing all that, interesting necessarily. Okay, and yeah, it's a frame lock, or if you want to call it a bolster lock, so you're hiding the cut on the frame, which is nice because I think it's ugly when you don't, but they are covering it up here. And then the bolster surround, which I'm not sure I care about that much. Having a bolster surround, especially when it's really kind of plain titanium. I mean, I would have done a carbon fiber inlay that would have been flat, would have been flush with the scale, right? Or Moku tie, okay? I mean, but this, I don't know. I mean, it's almost more attractive just to leave the regular raw titanium thing, or whatever this is, bead blasted titanium thing, rather than to even worry about that. I don't know. But I mean, the whole overall design is fetching. And in the hand, it's super comfortable in here. And you really don't feel that pocket clip at all, okay? And it's really close to the scale there. Okay, and you can put your thumb up on that, and baby, that is some dog. That is some dog. And reverse grip, ooh, that's comfortable too. That's real comfortable there, but wow, what a monster. Okay, now let me grab, if I can, find my damn scale that I threw over here and lay this down, because that's the other thing, isn't it? It's weight, but at this point in time, it's so thick, long, and everything. This is not, just like a easy carry everyday thing. 237 grams. Okay, so wowee. 8.37 ounces, which is less than some. I've had some on here that were 12, 10. I mean, I've had a 1 pounder, in the last, so many years. But I mean, recently I had a 12 something ouncer, a 9 something ouncer. But 8.3, that's plenty. That's plenty of weight. Okay, now you're going to ask yourself this: self, how fat an old boy is at 19 millimeters? Yikes. 3/4 inch thick. And what do we got for blade stock? And is this flush with that? Hold on, let me pull this open a little bit. Yeah, let's get it on this piece of blade stock right here, maybe. Yeah, almost 5 millimeter, thick blade stock. I don't know that it varies that much here. Yeah, same. Okay. 4.8, 4.9 millimeter thick blade stock. And then I was thinking, at first, before I looked in the box and saw all the parts, and I was messing with this knife, I go, okay, so here's this. I mean, you can see where, let me see, can you see? Yeah, you can see where the stop is hitting, okay? These thumb stud things are the stop, okay? And they are the stop when it stops down here. You can see where it's hitting on these both sides, right? Okay, so I'm going, then what was the point of this add-on piece? Why is it removable? Because you can't remove these. If you remove these, then you don't have a stop, right? And I didn't see that in the box they have a replacement piece that takes this wave feature out of the equation. Okay, so we'll look at that in a little bit when we do disassembly. And so here's your blade to handle length, and that's enough, right? That's enough. You're there. And can I... If I try, I can touch that just like that. That's enough. That's enough right there. It's centered. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's not a real light detent. It's not super light. But it's comfortable. And it's now, see, it's just to where it'll hit you in the thumb. And then it's just breaking over that detent ball when it's doing that. Now I'm reverse flicking off of this thumb stud, but the thing is the studs are a stop, and so they're not suspended up in the air to where you can get under them real easy. So you're kind of coming from behind, and that's not easy. So you got to get under them, and that's not easy either. So that's why I'm using this as to finger flick, because then that's way easier, okay? Just like that, okay? All right, it follows you around. I mean, it's, I don't know if I'd call it guillotine-ish, but kind of. And just hitting that break point over that detent ball when it hits your thumb, it's just hitting that break point right there, and then it falls, okay? But it's centered, it's solid, it's a decent lockup. It's 30, 35% probably right there. So it's another bizarre Maxace. And you know, Maxace has made the Maxace Balance, which is like just as I've got like either 2 or 3 of those. And just recently I saw on White Mountain Knives, they brought the Maxace Balance M back, which is still a G10 knife, right? But it's M390 blade, okay? But then they had one in 14C, and then they had one back in the day. God, I can't remember what it was. 14C and some other one before then as well. But, okay, here's the box as I ramble on. Okay, here it comes. And then, so, let's take a look at this. Because this is... inside the box, you get this, okay? I mean, you better get something for 500 and freaking ass. Of course, it's 4 something by the time you get discount, but okay. Still, that's a lump of money, right? So here's this, okay? Comes in this, right? It's stuffed in this pouch right here, okay? Then you get a microfiber cloth, okay. Now, here's the kicker. Take a look at this. Okay, there's some different stuff here. Now, look at these. Now, there's, you know, your hardened steel insert, right? But these are your little dogs right here that replace that wave right there and there, okay? And then there's pivot screws. There's all kinds of, and then, you know what? I think the thumb studs... well, there's an extra set there, and I can't remember if these are a different thickness or because it changes when you replace this. I'm not sure it does. I think these will work, and that's just another set of them right off the top of my head. But, so you get, I mean, that's nice to get a whole group of hardware. Especially, when you're getting a knife that's made in China and you don't have a USA rep that you can just like, hey, can I send this in? Can you replace the body screw or this or that? No, you can't really do that, right? I mean, if it comes without something or something's missing from the retailer, you can send it back to the retailer, right? But so the way I think they're trying to deal with that is either they have a USA rep or that has extra parts, or they just put extra parts in the package and it helps, forego any other maybe customer service issues. Okay, so that's all I'm saying here. Dog, that is something. But it's a lot to carry. I get it. This is really more for the guys that want to. I have a big NOC 07 and some of those things. And no, I'm not. Those are not like everyday kind of carry knives. They're just super proud carry knives and or display knives, and that's what this is too. Okay, so there's something to be said for, there's guys that have a lot of guns and some of their guns are display guns. They've got, engraving on them. They're a show gun, you know what I'm saying, display kind of gun. And then there's others that they actually carry, conceal carry and or go to the range with, all the kind. And so that's what this is going to be more of that. But don't get me wrong. I mean, this can cut. This can get her done, right? But is this something, hey, if I had like oodles of money, then I'd just carry shit like this all the time. Screw it, But I don't. And, on the other hand, I kind of hate to mess up just a beautiful knife. Okay, so that's why I carry the cheaper ones. Just other dogs that are fun to, just do everyday chores with, especially when I beat the shit out of them, or I leave the stupid Maxace blade out in the lanai, or, just shit like this. Liang Ma design, but it's Eutectic and it's 14C, and this thing's 3.5 ounces. That's a good size. Actually, it's a decent sized knife too. It's not bad, Okay, this is 10 inches. I mean, this is just like nothing. This is like carrying nothing. So, I like doing that. And then, of course, I got this because the salt, right? This is not going to rust. This is LC200N. It's one of those nitrogen steels. So, to hell with that. So, this, I have no problem sitting out in my lanai, screened in area. I don't care how humid it gets. This is not going to rust. This blade's not going to rust, okay? Maybe around the screws or something it might rust. Ooh, I'm already getting it freaking dirty and shit. But I use this dog a lot, okay? All of these. These are my beater, use around the house type stuff, right? Not this. But this is to pull out and impress people that come visit me, or hopefully impress them, and say, hey, look at this dog. Let's see what she looks like on the interior. And you know what? I should have had it like this. Okay, let's get this back. Come on. And this back. Okay, come on. Okay, now, get my tray. And let me see if I've got some drivers that might want to hang around for this party. And hopefully, this is a number 8. I don't know if it is or not. You know what? It could be a number 9. Or it could be a number 10. Wow. I don't know. Yeah, I think it is a number 10. Okay. Now, the front didn't really turn immediately, so I went to the back on this. I think that's just number 10. Now, hold on. Let's see how we're going to manage with this because, oh, there goes the bolster cover. Okay. Okay. I wonder if we got interior screws on this thing. And then also, what am I going to do about you, buddy? Let's do this. We're going to come back to the front and just take these two off of the scale. Okay, let's try that. And then we've got, there's the inlay. There's this part. Is that any different length than that? No, they look the same. Okay, so this is in number 10 here. But I don't think this is going to turn. Okay, so, okay. Let's just push this whole pivot through, because it's, see, it's not going to turn from the front because it's got a captured pivot, but maybe that was enough. I either got to pop this inlay off and look for underneath screws or something. Oh, okay. Okay, so we just, go in there and pop it out. Pop out the little inlay. I was just, didn't want to ruin the inlay, okay? So, okay, now this is where we're going to get to the party, right? And I wonder, this is probably number 8 here. Yeah, this is number 8. I need number 6 for these little dogs. Okay. Okay, so you kinda, that's weird because the front screw is locked in because it's captured on the pivot, so you can't really go through the front, but you can't, if you take the back pivot screw out, then you gotta push the pivot out from the back through the front because you can't get the pocket clip off because the clip's from the inside, and you got to take that off to be able to pull the inlay from the back. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Okay, presentation side. Let's just start all over. Presentation side. There's that. It says Maxace. Okay, now, so this is this. This is this. And of course, this goes, on here like that. Okay, so that's all that. Okay, there's your blade, and there's multi-row ceramic bearings. We love them. We love them a lot. Okay, so there's a regular screw. There's all these little internals that are like that. And then there's your multi-row bearings, and then, of course, your steel washer and... You know what I'm saying? Okay, and then the rest of this is titanium. There's no, well, except for the hardened steel insert. Yeah, there's nothing there. Okay, now there's nothing. Okay, but there she be. So, yeah, and if you want to take the pocket clip, but see, the thing is, this screws off, no problem. But then you can unscrew this. But you can't unscrew this and pull all this inlay out, right? Which would be easy because the lock bar comes back and you can just pop this out, right? But no, you can't because this comes on from the inside, which means you got to go to the front. You got to go from the back side and push the pivot through the front, okay, which is locked in place because of the squared off pivot here, okay? Because this little dog is squared off, so it ain't going to turn on the front. You got to push it out through the front, and then when you do that, then you take these apart, then your inlay will fall out, but then you still got to delicately pop this out, and then you got these internal screws to undo. Now underneath here is little holes, so you can go in here, and if you had something, that you could just push through there. Some would have to be thinner than that, but a little thinny mini that'll go in there and just push that through. God, I don't have anything that's a mini. Okay, this. See, it'll go through there and push that through, okay? To pop your inserts out. But they better come out anyhow because otherwise you're not going to get these internal screws through. So, bing. Okay, so it is kind of too bad because really what should capture is the back. The back should come through, capture on the front, and so you just unscrew the front, it comes off, and then you can pull this, except really, that makes it more difficult because this is easier to take this inlay out because it's just, see, it's there. I mean, the only thing that's holding it now is this, right? I mean, that would be easier, and that's fine. It unscrewed from that end, but you can't take this off because you can't get under here to unscrew this and make it to where you can just pop this off and then get to these underneath screws. Ugh, but it's doable. It's just a little bit more fidgety. Okay. So you understand what I'm saying? I think. Maybe not. Are you confused? I'm not, but I'm okay now. Now. Another thing that I was going to do, and I almost forgot, okay? Let me get back to this because Mr. Neat and Tidy just threw everything back in the box, and I don't need to, right? Okay, and I could just do this once it's reassembled. So let me go ahead and dump some of this stuff out. Come on, get out of here. Okay, now this is the replacement stuff to that, and I don't know that I need this. This may be the same no matter what. It's just maybe an extra set for the thumb studs. I don't know. I don't know that for sure. Ooh, we got some small stuff in here. Okay, let's put all the hardware back in here and not mix it up with the hardware on the table. Okay. So this is what we got here. Now, is this number 8 or number 6? I bet it's number 8. Easy all day. Yeah, it is. Okay. So, on the... You're magnetic almost, right? Okay. So this is as we go to the presentation with the thing open. There's the screw part. There's this part. Now, let's see if these are any different than the other set that they give us, or if that's just an extra set. You know what? It's just an extra set. Looks the same. Okay. Looks the same. Okay. So, boom, boom. There we go. And then this, obviously the wave stuff has come off now. Now, we can put this replacement set on that make it a non-wave, okay, like this. Oops. Oops. Goes like this, okay? See that? Okay. Put it on the other side as this. Like that, okay? See that? Now, I don't know that it matters which comes from which. Screw this in. Because, yeah, I mean, one plate or the other, it should make the same thickness with the blade and everything. Okay, so let's, there we go. Okay, now we have deleted the wave feature on the knife, okay? So you don't need to disassemble a knife to do this. You could just do this however. But at least they give you that option for whatever. I mean, there may be ordinances and stuff that restrict wave opening, that kind of thing. There's your disassembly. Okay, so check it out now. No wave feature. It's all gone. It's all gone. What do you think? It's definitely a cleaner look to it, isn't it? Okay. And you can middle finger flick it, and I guess you can still thumb flick it, that kind of thing. She's a big dog, though. Big one. Maxace XI. You know we do. We love them knives. And visit my website alert, you know, because we sell the pre-owned knives. And we got patches, we got koozies, things like that, but also pre-owned knives, all kinds of different crazy stuff. And there's continual markdowns that happen because the sellers go, oh, it's not sold yet? Okay, mark it down another 20 bucks or 30 bucks or something. So check back frequently, and we're always doing drops, like about every week to 10 days, another 70 or 80 or 100 knives coming on. So that kind of thing as well. All right, you guys, stay sharp.